Winter blues, Zoom fatigue, 1 year of remote learning at DePaul. As I found out, all of this is impacting many DePaul students. For some students, college is a time of stress and emotional difficulties. Financial pressures, academic expectations, and social media contribute to high rates of depression, anxiety, and eating disorders. Now, this winter, all of this has been compounded by COVID isolation and freezing temperatures. With most people inside, burnout and depression are at an all-time high. DePaul Jr. Grace Del Vecchio is a writer for the university's online magazine, 14 East.
So now, a year later, when we understand, or at least have somewhat more of an understanding of just how serious this is, it's kind of hard to see a light at the end of the tunnel when you are, facing mental health issues on top of a record-breaking winter in Chicago and still being in isolation and not really knowing when any of that is going to end. And then on top of, schoolwork and regular work. And for me, I actually hit a big writer's block, which is really hard for me because so often my job, I love my work. So when my work is going well, I think usually I tie myself too much to my work. I think a lot of people do that, but I definitely do that. So at least when I'm writing something that I care about, that helps me a lot, but I wasn't even doing that. And so I think just it's hard when you don't know when something's going to end. It's hard to psych yourself out and get yourself up and get others up around you when you just don't know when it's going to end.
At least in the warmer months, it was easier to get creative to find connection. Socially distanced gatherings, walks, or drive-by birthday parades. With constant gray skies and 18-inch snowfall in certain areas across the state this past month, options were more limited, and motivations were at an all-time low.
It sounds bad, but everyone's just sick of it. Everyone is sick of staring at their screens. There's a lot of busy work. There's a lot of unknown. And so I think for sure the way that the weather, now it's better, but the way that the weather has been changing, and especially when it was getting kind of dark super early and no sunshine and frigid, cold, it's you're definitely not going anywhere. You're definitely not going to go outside and go on a walk. You can't really do a social distance group outside. No one's going to be going outside in below freezing weather, and it's just, you feel like you're stuck inside and you have this huge list of things to get done, but the last thing you want to do is go onto your screen and do another Zoom, and the last thing you want to do is finish that assignment you've been holding off for a week now. It's just it's not a great way to live, of just being trapped inside and constantly feeling like we're glued to our computers.
According to Shannon Cefaletto, Director of Health Promotion and Wellness at DePaul, the university has expanded its telemental health services for students experiencing these feelings of isolation, lack of connection, and the impact of COVID-19 and social unrest on themselves or their loved ones. The university also releases Wellness Wednesday articles that run a newsline revolving around mental health services and tips. Meanwhile, some can't help but look ahead to a time when all of this may be over.
I think those first times after us being trapped, or in our houses for so long, I think it's going to make those times so much more special. And I think it's giving everyone a perspective to not take everything for granted and to truly enjoy every moment we're given, because at the end of the day, we will get through this pandemic. It's only a matter of time. It's not going to we're not going to wake up one day and it's going to completely not exist. There is so much more that needs to be done. There's so much more that will get done. But at the end of the day, I do think, and I hope, and I pray, I just believe, I have to believe that, humankind will decide that we will enjoy these moments more than we ever have before. And I like to think of it like that so I can know that it'll all be worth it in the end.
Students also have access to counselors through University Counseling Services, UCS. If you or a student would like to set up an appointment, all you have to do is call UCS to set up a 15 to 20-minute consultation appointment to discuss your concerns with a counselor. There's no fee for your initial appointment. Follow-up appointments are $5. It's one bit of help. One way to hopefully get through this difficult time. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Grace Ulch.